Hello. If you, like many firms, are looking at AI use cases and are intimidated about taking them on because you're not sure about the quality of your data or the accessibility of your data, or your current architecture can't support AI use cases, stick around for our talk today. My name's Kathy McDermott. I'm a managing director with Cutter Associates in the research department. I'd like to welcome Irene Galperin from InterSystems to discuss the importance of investment managers having high quality, accessible data in order to support AI innovation. Welcome, Irene. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about InterSystems and your role there?
Of course. Hi, Kathy. It's great to be with you today. I'm a senior advisor in financial services here at InterSystems. InterSystems is a global technology leader that has been serving financial services firms for decades. Within asset management, we provide a fully managed cloud-native data platform that helps asset management firms accelerate innovation, especially around AI and advanced analytics by addressing common data challenges like siloed data, legacy infrastructure, limited internal resources. And we don't just see ourselves as merely a vendor. We are a partner to our clients on their innovation journey.
Right, great. So AI is top of mind for everyone these days, especially asset management firms. It's exciting, it offers endless opportunities and possibilities, but some firms are finding that their ability to move forward quickly can be hampered by their data and legacy
Mhm.
infrastructure. Can you describe some of the roadblocks to innovation for asset management firms?
Absolutely. So a few key roadblocks that we see asset managers still sort of struggling with are data silos, which you mentioned, legacy architecture, as well as data quality and governance really remains a persistent issue. And there's also the issue of technical resources. Many firms, particularly mid-sized firms, really lack the internal expertise to manage complex data environments and build and scale AI solutions. And
Right,
even when they do, a significant portion of their time is spent servicing basic data requests instead of driving innovation. So they're
right,
fairly stretched.
right. That's so true. Let's drill down on each of those roadblocks that you talked about. So first, the accessibility issue and the problem with data silos. Asset managers have disparate sources of data, perhaps some under their data governance umbrella, some not. What are the specific roadblocks with accessibility?
Yeah, that's really the first place to start. The biggest issue really is fragmentation. With data coming in from a wide range of sources like internal systems, third-party providers, market data, et cetera, and not all of it is governed or even cataloged. Without a clear data catalog or lineage, users don't know where the data came from, how it's been transformed, and whether it's fit for purpose. Many firms still rely on siloed data stores and proprietary data marts built by individual teams, and these aren't integrated. They often lack central oversight. So even when data exists, it's not easily discoverable or accessible across the organization. And then, of course, there's the manual effort. According to our own proprietary research, IT teams spend up to half of their time, 50% of their time, fielding data requests. And that's just not sustainable in the age of AI, especially when firms are trying to move fast and move toward a self-service model.
Right. And I mean, I think we always say this, right? If you have the data but nobody can find it, then it's as good as not having the data at all, right? Another roadblock you mentioned is legacy architecture. And how is legacy architecture holding firms back?
Well, the biggest issue is legacy systems are really built for a different era. They're highly customized, proprietary, and that makes them a bit difficult to scale. They still may support critical core operations, but they're just not designed to handle the demands of modern data workflows, particularly when it comes to AI and real-time analytics. It can be difficult to extract data from these systems or ingest new data sources into those systems. And these are really critical components when it comes to AI. So, that challenge really slows down implementation of these initiatives. And then, of course, there's the cost of maintaining these proprietary systems and the technical debt firms amass because of years of patchwork, sort of updates and custom development that really make modernization complex and expensive.
Right. Lastly, you talk about the importance of data quality. I mean, firms have always been concerned about data quality. I'm curious, do you think this issue is even more important with firms trying to implement AI use cases? And how are data quality and data architecture related?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's the old adage, right? Garbage in, garbage out. AI models are really only as good as the data that feeds them. And so data quality is paramount here. If data is incomplete, inconsistent, or outdated, insights can be misleading or even damaging, especially if it's something that appears on a client portal. Data quality and data architecture are deeply connected. A modern architecture enables firms to ingest, validate, and govern data efficiently. Much of that work is automated, and without it, firms are really stuck with fragmented systems and manual workflows.
Right, right. So do these challenges that you mentioned, do they look different for different firm sizes? So for example, like smaller firms looking to offload infrastructure support or looking for fully managed solutions. Can you describe some of the services that InterSystems provides and the benefits of these for clients?
Of course, I would say all asset managers, large and small, have data challenges. Of course, the larger firms have more internal resources and they have a bigger budget to build and maintain complex data platforms. But for small and medium-sized firms, that kind of investment isn't always practical. And so, as you mentioned, they're looking for other ways to enable these capabilities. And many are turning to managed solutions that offer the customization of a build your own approach, but with the simplicity of outsourcing. And this is exactly where InterSystems comes in. We deliver exactly that, a cloud native, fully managed data platform. We call it InterSystems Data Studio, and it combines the infrastructure, data integration, and governance in a single environment. This platform is built around a data fabric architecture. That's what sort of sets it apart and makes it a bit different than some other options. We offer all of the capabilities necessary to connect and transform data from any source, internal and external, on-prem or in the cloud, to support real-time analytics and to enable AI use cases, all without disrupting your existing systems. That's the beauty of a data fabric architecture is it sits on top of your existing infrastructure without having to rip and replace anything. And
Right.
this is really, it's designed to be flexible, scalable, fast to implement. Most importantly, some of our clients have been able to implement their first project within 3 months. And again, it's sort of, we offer a unified environment with AI capabilities. And the specifics are, you can connect, transform, persist, or even promote your data in a low-code environment. We've got built-in controls to ensure data quality and governance and the appropriate amount of permissioning, granular level permissioning, native support for AI assistants and GenAI applications. And really what this means for smaller firms is they can compete at a higher level. They can launch new products faster, they can deliver differentiated client experiences, and they can respond to market changes with agility.
Right. That's great. And so I like the way we've moved from the challenges that firms face into the solutions and the ways that firms can knock down those roadblocks that we had previously mentioned. Now, given what we've talked about, how do firms start? Where do you advise them? Like, how do they get started in this process, knocking down the roadblocks, really starting their innovation to enable them to use AI in their organization?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I would say the first step is to focus on your data foundation. Everything AI starts with data.
Yeah.
And so breaking down silos, improving quality, making data accessible are all critical first steps. But you don't have to do it all at once. One of the most pragmatic and practical and effective ways that we've seen firms tackle this is they identify high impact use cases like client reporting or automating marketing analytics or enabling self-service dashboards for the front office. And then they build the infrastructure to support these use cases and then scale from there. The idea is not to bring in point solutions for each bespoke kind of use case, but to bring in a solution that can holistically help you address all of these, particularly again for the smaller firms. And again, considering a managed service model is also really important. Done right, it's not just outsourcing, it's really strategic enablement. It helps firms focus on innovation and analytics while a provider handles the infrastructure, the integration, and all of the, kind of those core processes that you don't need to dedicate resources to.
Great. And can you dig in a little bit more deeply and describe how InterSystem Solutions enables Gen AI?
Yeah, of course. So, core to our sort of way of helping firms adopt GenAI is the data fabric architecture, of course. We use the data fabric architecture to provide the trusted unified data foundation that GenAI requires. And of course, again, this is all enabled by our Data Studio solution. This solution integrates and prepares data from multiple sources in real time, ensuring it's accurate and governed, which is critical for AI success. On top of that, we do have native GenAI capabilities like vectorization, vector search, and retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. And the key for us is that these GenAI tools are not bolted on. They're built into the same environment that manages your data. And so you're not moving data around and duplicating it. You're working within the same kind of unified, trusted, governed, real-time environment, which is what really accelerates your time to production for AI use cases. And not to mention, it's auditable and compliance ready, and you don't have to sort of be concerned about those things.
That's great. And Irene, I just want to thank you for your time today. I think what really stood out to me is the way that InterSystems Managed Solution helps firms accelerate AI innovation without overhauling their entire data architecture, which is a huge, huge benefit. Last question, do you have any other advice or information about the platform that you'd like to share with our listeners before we finish?
Yeah, I mean, I'd emphasize that, we're not just a technology offering. We're not just a vendor. We are a strategic partner to our clients. And, it's everything that you said. The solution that we offer, it's a managed solution. So we kind of offload the processes that firms don't want to manage themselves. And we provide a ready-made solution designed for asset management firms that sits on top of their existing infrastructure. So it's not a heavy implementation. It's not a migration. It's really meant to be value added, right from the start. And that's what really sets firms up for success, a managed deployment that really gets firms up and running very quickly. So whether you're looking to improve your client reporting or automate marketing analytics or build predictive models, InterSystems provides the foundation to do it securely and scalably. And it's really about turning your data into a strategic asset and doing it in a way that's practical and future ready. So that's it. And, thank you, Kathy, for the opportunity to come and speak with you today and share how InterSystems is helping asset managers innovate.
Great. Irene, I can't thank you enough.